I think when you talk about football, you need to be able to man up to when you get something wrong. And if you guys watch me, maybe this is your first video clicking on one of my videos, but I want you guys to know that I am somebody who speaks a lot about football on social media, but also off of social media. I'm constantly on a conversation with maybe like my cousin or friends where I'm talking about football, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Benfica. Me and my cousin will talk for hours about Benfica and Sporting. He's a Sporting fan, I'm a Benfica fan. And we'll talk for hours. Also, if my color goes yellow here, lads, I'm sorry. My lighting in my room's being wild right now. I'm turning hella yellow. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. Because one thing I figured out growing up is that sometimes it's okay to just admit when you're wrong and kind of move on. But when you do admit that you're wrong, tell people it's no big deal. Because you know, there's a guy, right? Let me kind of get to where I'm going to because I'm rambling, I'm waffling, bro. There's a guy that I believe is one of the most underrated players in Europe, and I believe there's a team that is one of the most underrated teams in Europe and is not being talked about. So when I was growing up, I'm an old man now. You can see a little white hair right there. You see that? That's crazy. When I was growing up, Italy was one of the best leagues in football, like top. Like when you talked about Real Madrid, Barcelona, you talked about Manchester United and stuff like that. AC Milan, Inter, like these teams were crazy. Like Juve, Italy was crazy, right? It was one of the craziest leagues in football. And then it kind of went through a phase there where it got kind of bad, like kind of like my coloring in my room right now turning hella yellow. That's because that's bad lighting, right? But anyways, so you got this league that was on top, and then it kind of fell off, and then people haven't really, a lot of people, and when I say people, me and others, haven't really looked that way too much anymore. And what the teams there are doing is crazy. Anyways, I go on. Right now in Europe, when you talk about the best number nines in Europe, we're not talking about the Messis, Ronaldos, those guys are not in Europe. In Europe, Haaland, Harry Kane, Ocean Man, Alvarez for Man City, right? A lot of people talking about him. Ocean Man getting a lot of hype as well. You start talking about those guys, right? And there's a name left, Antoine Griezmann, if you consider him a number 9. I don't know if you consider him a 9 or Cam. But Antoine Griezmann, okay, he's having a crazy year. And then there's a guy that in the World Cup, I said, yo, he should get benched. For Argentina, I thought Alvarez should play. Goes by the name of Martinez. I believe Martinez is one of the most underrated players in all of Europe right now. And I want to apologize because I wanted him benched at the World Cup. I said how bad he was. And I've constantly criticized him throughout his career about how he's not good. And then today against Atletico Madrid, they suffered 0. And Martinez's build-up play in this game, okay, because he had many chances to score where he missed goals. Let's keep it facts. He missed. But if you judge him based off the misses and you didn't watch this game, if you watch the game, you realize that he's probably one of the best players that played today. He had an opportunity, or he had a chance where he put in the other striker on the team, and it was a sitter, and he should have had an assist. And it was a beautiful build-up play, beautiful tiki-taka football. One time, boom, put it in so lovely with a nice little through ball laid off right in front of goal. And he could have cooked a block, and he missed. And I thought to myself, wow, that was a beautiful ball from Martinez. And I watched him throughout the rest of the games, and he had so many opportunities, and he did miss some, but he had so many opportunities because he makes such good runs. And I really started to realize, I was like, wow, this guy is one of the most underrated players in Europe, and I got this wrong on him. Not only that, I could be wrong. In the comments down below, please let me know if I'm wrong, and because I'm wrong a lot, and check me on this one. But I think in Europe, I know he has 25 goals this season or 20 goals this season. I think in Europe, it might be in Europe or maybe just the Champions League, the only people that are ahead of him on goals is Haaland and Harry Kane. Martinez is in company with Haaland and Harry Kane. That's saying something. Right? Because to be with those guys, you guys know what Harry Kane has been to European football for so many years. And you guys know what Haaland is right now. Like everybody knows what Haaland is right now. Haaland's probably the guy, right? When he's on form, he's probably the guy. So for Martinez to be in that category with them, he's got to be hands down one of the most underrated players in Europe and one of the most underrated players in world football. And for me, I'm just like, damn, I'm dumb because how did I not see this? Like, how did I not see this a long time ago? And the reason I didn't see it is because I haven't put respect on Serie A and the Italian football. When I was a kid, it's all I watched growing up. I watched the Real Madrid and Zidane, Luis Figo, and then I would turn on it's the Serie and watch players like Ricosta for AC Milan. And I would watch these guys, man. I would watch Milito at Inter, and now it's kind of back. But when I look at the Serie A, Juve, right now, as it stands, is 9 points behind Inter. And Inter have a game in hand, which means if Inter wins that game in hand, you get where I'm coming from? 12 points clear of Juve, and then like 14 points clear of AC Milan. That's crazy. They are dominating the Serie A in a crazy way, kind of like my crazy lighting went yellow again. Dominating the Serie A, cooking in the Champions League. Why? Because they have an amazing defense, facts. And I don't know, I guess I kind of just want to make this video to, first of all, apologize to what I've said, the constant nonsense I've said about Martinez, because I never really realized how good this guy is. And another thing I want to tell you, Inter Milan has suffered 12 goals in the Serie A and 5 in the Champions League, which means that is 17 goals the entire season. I want to check Real Madrid, because Real Madrid are a team that's in really good form this year. Real Madrid has suffered 16 in La Liga. That's just in La Liga. And then Real Madrid suffered, I'm trying to see how many they suffered in. They suffered 7. Dude, that's over 20 goals this season that they have suffered in the Champions League. You look at Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid suffered 6 in the Champions League. And in La Liga, they have suffered 26. That's over 30 goals. I'm just trying to break down why I'm so yellow. I don't know. I'm just trying to break down to you guys how crazy Inter's defense is. Maybe if I change my lighting a little bit over here, it'll fix it. Did it fix it? It made it worse, bro. I don't know what's going on. Look at that, lads. I'm even more out here. This is going crazy. It's so crazy to me, the little amount of goals Inter has suffered. I want to pull up Benfica, right? We'll go to the Portuguese league. Benfica suffered 15 goals in the Portuguese league. And I know a lot in the Champions League. I don't even know if I should put, because now they're in the Europa League. If I pull that up, it's a bunch. So they're over 20. Sporting's in second place with 19 against, so they're over 20 with their Europa League as well. They're over 20 goals suffered. Every major league, I'm going to go check the Premier League really quick. First place right now is Liverpool. They've suffered 24 goals in just the league. Inter Milan has literally barely suffered anything. Right? When you start comparing to other leagues and to other countries, they've suffered 12 goals in La Liga in Serie A and 6 in the Champions League, lads. Like I said, or is it 6 or 5? I think it's 17 altogether, right? 17 goals altogether. Like, think about that. The whole season, bro. That's wild. Inter Milan needs more respect. Martinez needs more respect. I think Martinez is one of the most underrated players in football right now. And I think Inter is one of the most underrated players in football. I am going to have to end this video now because I'm kind of waffling. And I'm going to have to go fix my lighting because, again, I have turned into yellow marshmallow. And I apologize for that. So I'm going to go fix this thing, hopefully. I appreciate y'all watching. If you enjoyed it, smash that thumbs up in the comments down below. Let me know. Who else do you think is super underrated in world football right now? Thank y'all for watching. I'm your boy Skills. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.